Guys,
yes,
Kaylin's
please plug
book,
my stuff.
Road to Arcadia.
Yeah.
Guys, get that up to 1 million reads.
1 million reads. that would be something. It's only at 37,000 right now.
1 million reads on Wattpad.
Wattpad, yeah.
So that we can get it. So that Cailin can sell it to Netflix.
Yeah.
And then she can no longer have to work because she'll make a ton of money with that. And then we can both do the thing. And then I can maybe not work for a little bit because I get a little bit of the money as her manager.
That's I love it. That's perfect. How much have you read of it so far? Just curious.
I think I read like a chapter and a half. I didn't read much because I was like also doing some other stuff.
That's fine.
Because I was at the part of the heart.
All right, you ready for the next one?
No.
Am I ready for the next one? I think you'll be ready for the one after that. I think you're gonna. I'm not even sure.
We don't know what's happening.
I mean, I know what's happening, but okay.
That's the point of this show.
That sure is the point. All right, and welcome back.
Hello.
How's it going? We're going to talk about Baccano episode 6. The Rail Tracer covertly, repeatedly slaughters inside the coaches. What did you think of this episode, Dara?
Well, I mean, that's accurate.
That's what he does.
There's a lot of slaughtering.
That is what the Rail Tracer is, in fact, doing.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Great. So let's get started with a synopsis. We'll talk about it as we go on. So we're going to go to the Daily Days. As of course we know, the last time we saw the Daily Days, our friend, Nick Batman, Nicholas Wayne, as his name is, Nick Batman.
Oh, I forgot about Batman.
Had given some information out, not about Dallas Genowar, but the fact that he has a sister, who might be a good use to, use as bait to lure out the real.
This matter falls squarely on your shoulders.
Is somebody talking?
Yeah, the guy behind the papers.
Understood?
Who's that?
President of the Daily Days.
Absolutely, sir.
Not the vice president.
Not the vice president. Nick done hecked up.
Any word? Not so far. They don't appear to have moved yet. Notify me the moment there is any movement, okay? Gustavo and the Gandalfs fight over Dallas may be a good thing for us. Who knows?
So the rigatonis, the Gandalfs, and the mozzarellas are in
Dallas.
And the truth of the matter with that is that he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
I think we see that in this episode.
Yeah, correct. But so Nick Batman, and his name is Elion. I think I was saying Eileen before because it's spelled Eileen, but his name is Elion. Elion Duga are having a talk with the president of the Daily Days, who is comedically behind a bunch of papers, so we don't actually see him. We know what the vice president of the Daily Days looks like, but we don't actually know what the president of the Daily Days looks like. We just kind of hear his voice.
We know what the vice... When was that taking place?
After everything.
So 32, 33?
Probably like 32, yeah.
So how do we know he's the current vice president? Or the vice president then?
I mean, fair assumption. I mean, I think the voices are different, but it's fine. They're kind of giving Nicholas can point out that he put somebody in danger by trying to give somebody this information because he was under duress. So the president kind of warns him that whatever happens is going to be his responsibility and he should be more careful. And so after he leaves the room, he's talking with Nicholas is talking with a coworker, and they're kind of. It sounds like what Nicholas wants is to kind of set up things so that he wants more information. Mm-hmm. He wants to know what's going on. There's a lot of things he doesn't know. And he's kind of hoping that kind of stoking the flames a little bit might bring out some things so we can get some dirt on people.
Which, okay? Are we okay with that?
I think that is of questionable morality, probably.
I mean, it's the third.
You're pushing it.
I think most of the people on the show have questionable morals.
Oh, absolutely.
So, is it questionable morals for this show or in general?
Great.
Because even the characters we love are are robbers and
yes, a lot. Even the most lovable characters are thieves and have probably murdered people. So that's just what happens. That's just life in the 30s.
I don't even know if Jacuzzi purposely murdered anybody.
That's a great question.
He might have. I don't think Isaac and Miria have purposely murdered anybody.
Right. They're just more about that stealing life.
They might have accidentally.
Mm-hmm. So we get our title drop of the Rail Tracer covertly, repeatedly slaughters inside the coaches, and we go to 1931, of course, on the Flying Pussyfoot. And we get to replay that scene where the Rail Tracer, who's this weird shadowy figure, he's a little scary, takes one of the lemurs out of the Flying Pussyfoot. And
rips. Does he eat them? No, I know, but where are the bodies? Like the conductor's.
Spot here. What's going on?
Is that how you become an immortal? No, that doesn't make sense.
Calm down. What happened? What happened?
The hideaway.
Stop. Stay back.
I don't know who you are, but I like you, so, like, can you not get eaten, please?
We'd appreciate if you did not get eaten, thank you.
What the? Wait, no, that was guns.
That was guns. No, and this kind of comes later, but we'll get back to it. He just kind of kills him by, like, taking the body and just, like putting it on the, like, putting it either on the tracks or on the ground, but just, like, eviscerates the thing. It's a little sketch.
What does the monster get out of killing?
A good time.
That's it?
I don't know. I mean...
Does it, like, feed him?
I'm trying to remember. Because, I feel like I knew the answer to this at some point. But there's a certain thing that I'm waiting for, and it hasn't happened yet, and I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, and we just get more with the... Oh, yeah. So this is the part we're kind of talking about, where the Rail Tracer, again, is doing that thing where he's taking some of the black suit guys and killing them. And just, like, eviscerating them.
Right.
So the more guys try... there's one with a machine gun, and he tries to open fire on the Rail Tracer, but it is no use. He does not kill anybody. And also watching this is that lady in coveralls.
Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen. Yes, and she's kind of watching this, and she's like, what the hell is going on here? And the Rail Tracer kind of comes out and then kind of goes to her and, like, whispers something to her.
But doesn't kill her.
Doesn't kill her,
That's
no.
interesting.
Let's her go.
Oh. That's a lot of blood.
Is that enough body for you?
Of a body?
You asked for bodies.
That's what's the... So we're not gonna kill her. Thank you, monster.
Thank you, Rail Tracer.
You're nice, I guess. I mean, who's he murdered so far that we disliked?
I don't think so.
Or liked?
But whispers something to her that makes her scream. I'm not sure of, like, what he says, if it's, like, or, like, what
But it
really
sounds like
saying.
this monster only kills bad people.
Yeah, that's what it looks, right?
Or, like, at least, like, I think only the people in the Black Gang the Black Suit guys have been killed so far.
Yeah.
Yes?
So far.
No.
Well, not with the exception of the
middle-aged conductor.
The middle-aged conductor was also part of the Black Suit Gang.
And I don't think the monster killed the young conductor because the middle-aged conductor killed the young conductor.
Mm-hmm.
But probably ripped him apart. I was kind of like, well, he's already dead. I mean, like, I didn't kill him, so, like, I might as well eat his arm. It's
might
fine.
as well eat his arm. It's great.
It's there. Like, it's like this wasn't my fault.
How could I resist?
It's fine if it's already dead.
So yeah, and then we see the Rail Tracer, like the where he grinds the guy's legs off. It's terrible. So anyway, that's enough flying pussy for now.
That's why if we're gonna do a live action thing, it has to be an HBO, or else you can't get that.
That's true. You can't get that. Anyway, so we're back to Dallas because everyone's favorite guy. Everyone loves Dallas. Everyone.
Well, one person does.
Nobody. Only one person in the whole world actually likes Mr. Dallas Genovia. So Dallas, he's looking for revenge because he got beat up by Firo.
Yep.
And he's not happy about it.
Nope. Didn't he go to Christian Bale at one point?
He went. Yes, this is the part where he goes to Christian Bale and is like, "Hey, this Firo guy, he's on your turf," because that's where they were. They were on Gandalf turf when all that went.
Oh, they were on Gandalf turf?
Yeah, they were on Gandalf turf. And so he was like, "Hey, why are you letting this guy go on and mess around on your turf?" And Christian Bale is like, "I do not care about you." Basically, Christian Bale delivers a little thing saying that, like, we've let you do your own thing, but it's not because we're afraid of you. It's because you're a little shit, basically. We don't really care. You literally mean nothing.
You telling me that punk Pharaoh, that outsider, can just have his run of the place?
Only members of our family need concern themselves with our business affairs. You are not family.
Well, how about this arrangement? You agree to help us out with a little bit of pest control, and
Oh, wait,
we
that's
agree to
Dallas.
join
Yeah.
your organization. That's a solid deal, isn't
That's
it?
Christian Bale.
I don't know, Dallas. Tell me honestly.
But if Fio's not part of the Gandalf,
No. That's the point.
so why does Christian Bale know who Firo is?
And so, yes.
But do they care? But does Christian Bale care about Firo being on his turf? Because, like, there was that bit later
Doesn't
on.
seem like he cares, no.
Is this because it's Firo?
That's what I'm kind of getting the idea of.
Does
That's
he
what
know
it seems
Firo?
like. we know at some point they know each other.
Do they like each other?
They seem like they get along very well.
Even though they're in different families?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can still be buddies, I guess, right? I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. So Dallas does offer. He's like, "Hey, I'll if you do a thing for me, I'll join your gang." And like, so why the hell would I want that? Like, nobody likes you.
You may be mistaken in your impressions about the gracious blind eye we've turned your way. I just hope you aren't so foolish as to think that it's because we are afraid of you and your impudent conduct. Let me speak plainly. You haven't been invited to join us because you're not worth the trouble that your business would bring upon our organization. You have drawn considerable attention from the police, or with all the muggings you feel are necessary for you and your little friends there. That is the source of our disinterest.
Christian Bale said, "You ain't shit." One of the Gandalf brothers, Berger, arrives and kicks them all out. And he kind of beats him up, and because as a result, they leave behind the crate of booze. But it's not booze.
It's a secret formula.
It's a secret formula, exactly.
Hey!
What?
Now look, who are these runts with no manners?
Nobody at all.
Oh, he's the bot. Okay. What?
Well, what do we have here?
Giggle juice?
Ooh.
Who's got the bottles? So that's where... So we've been following kind of this secret formula around. So first it was this guy Barnes had it. Barnes got slurped and then got beaten up. We got beaten up.
They got beaten up, then
slurped.
regenerated, and then slurped.
And then slurped. And so then Dallas had the booze, but now we know that the Gandalfs have the booze.
Right.
The secret formula, I'm sorry.
So then how does Fierro get it?
Great question. We're still following the game. The game's not over yet. We're still following along. So
Feels like a chore.
it's great. I'm having a great time.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Okay, so in back on the Flying Pussyfoot, we see the children. So we have Dodger and Kiki. So of course Chesley Mayer and Mary Barium. I wish her name was Marianne Barium or Miriam Barium. Miriam Barium.
That's a lot.
Jeremy bury me, baby. So yes. So they're looking to hide, and basically Chesley's like finds a closet, like shoves her inside, and is like closes his door, and then he has like little internal monologue where he's like, "Now you've taken care of the tag along." So Ches is an interesting fella. One after this.
I'm gonna go back and check out what's happening. Now you have to try to stay hidden in here. Just keep it really quiet and you'll be fine.
I have it. I thought of a name for.
Just hold your breath and just keep holding it.
I have a name for an anime that I totally forgot I watched once or twice as a kid.
What's that?
Kiki.
Ah, Kiki's Delivery Service. Great movie.
Well, that takes care
Because
of
that
the
is a witch in
tag.
it.
Because he's like this sweet innocent kid, but anytime that we go in, and I think he's the only character that we ever really hear his inner monologue. But anytime he says something, he's not like really nice about anything. He's always like, this guy, or like, I took care of that.
What's the thing? He's probably like 100 years old.
That's a fair assessment. So
Okay.
we're gonna go and hang out with Jacuzzi's gang for a little bit because everyone on the Flying Pussyfoot's having a great time. Everyone. But the good news is we found Nick.
Hooray!
No,
And he's
not Nick Batman. The Nick Jacuzzi. Nick Jacuzzi's gang. Jacuzzi gang Nick.
And he's not dead.
He's not dead. No, he's just sitting on the ground. His hands are tied, but he's fine.
He's fine.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Poor Donnie. He's too big for the train. He's a very large man.
Yeah, but I was like, even like trains should be. Well,
He's like 2 feet taller than everyone else.
I know.
Jacuzzi?
Nick, you're all right.
Jacuzzi?
Nick, you're all right.
Aww.
Yay, Nick made it.
Where'd the lookouts go?
I messed up. I really don't
Where did the
know.
lookouts go?
Maybe just stay outside,
Stay outside,
sweetie.
buddy.
I really don't know where they went off. Thank you! The star is here! Thank you!
Yeah, he did.
Okay. I didn't know they could do that. Okay.
So it turns out that there's a couple people who were captured by the Lemurs. It wasn't just Nick, because we had Lua and one of the other white suits, and a couple other people were kind of tied up, put there. And then earlier, Lad Russo had come in, and he has a great introduction where he goes, "Thank you, f- you,"
Which I didn't.
It's a very funny line.
I didn't think that this was like a. I mean, I clearly didn't think this was like a children's show. But I thought it was like a young adult show. So I don't think you could say.
I mean, it kind of is, but it's. I think with dubs of anime, sometimes you can get away with different things. It doesn't, I don't think, because I don't know if, I forget if it's aired on TV or not. I'm not sure. Because they don't have to abide by, like, the TV rules sometimes.
So they can say, we're good.
Yeah, they can say fucking we're good. A lot of times they don't say shows, but I think that's the one time where they do it, and it's really
It makes
funny.
sense for that character.
It does make sense. Lad. Russo, what a lad.
So I was wondering, did they actually say a lot in the 30s?
Probably from time to
Because I
time.
heard like somewhere with like Deadwood where they said it a lot, but apparently that's not actually accurate.
Yeah. I don't know what the vernacular of the time was. I probably should, but unfortunately I do not.
Baccano.
Baccano. So, yeah, they untie Nick, and we find out that a lad was there, but he left him in there because Lad was convinced that, you know, Nick couldn't help him because he's like, if you were a girl, I could have gotten a kiss. And I'm like, Lad, why don't you open up? Experiment, buddy. It's
Right.
Hey, pal,
Oh.
aren't you gonna untie me too? Huh? Why? Is there something in it for me? If you were a woman, I could get a kiss.
You
But
can-
you're a man,
You can still get a kiss.
You can still get a kiss.
so
Rude.
instead,
I got really soft lips. Just get me out of here.
So, let's see. We're going to go back to poor little Kiki is terrible at hiding.
So
Poor little
terrible.
Kiki, she can't cover her mouth. She doesn't know how to not make noise.
She's like literally just like, and then just like bang her. No, that's not right. And then she like knocks something over, and I'm like,
yeah, she's like, yeah, but she can't cover her mouth. She can't keep still.
and I get that she's
Knocks things
panicking,
over.
but also,
But honey, you're so tiny.
where's Dodger? But like,
Oh, honey, you're not very good at hiding, are you? Oh,
I think she's traumatized.
she's traumatized. Oh, honey.
Oh, you're the worst.
Kiki, no. Oh, who the hell is this?
That's not Lad.
No.
Okay.
That's just one of his gang members. Yikes. Oh, no.
Where's the rail tracer when you need him?
He's doing his own thing. We don't really know
Maybe
what
he
Dodger's
should
up
have
to.
stayed with her to make sure that she didn't like blow her cover.
He does not care.
It seems like he liked her. Like it's not like liked her, but like you know, like I don't want her to die.
We know just by certain things that Ches does and says that like he puts on a character, but he really thinks something else.
Oh, so he's also a dick.
He's not a dick. He's just he's been around.
So he's like 100,
And
maybe a dick.
he's just I like Ches, but yeah, he can be a little cold sometimes. But anyway, so unfortunately, poor little Kiki, she attracts attention of one of the white suits.
Stranger danger.
Yeah, who's just like, wow, big cream. Bad feels all around. But luckily, before anything really terrible happens, he gets stabbed.
I only like to play with things that are weaker than me.
I'm concerned.
Yes. Big yikes.
Stranger danger.
Kill him. Yay!
Who killed him? What is?
Hey!
Hey!
Kane! Why are you screaming? She helped you out.
Unless she also is a child. Wait, is the show? No, it's not over. Great.
So good for you. Good for you. And it takes us a second to see who is stabbing him. And it is, in fact, Shanae Laforet.
Is her last name LaFerre?
Her last name is Laforet. That's
So
not a spoiler because it's in the opening sequence.
So she's related to Marquita Lafayette.
Yes. Yeah. We don't know what that relationship is yet, but they are.
But wasn't she
related.
supposed to die?
Yeah, they did make a comment that she was going to die at some point, but we don't know what's up.
Why
with
would you want to kill somebody in Lafayette's family?
that. We don't really know. We don't really know much about the Laforets because we know that there's this guy named Huey. We know that he's kind of not worshipped, but well respected, or at least kind of the leader.
Also,
of the
isn't
group
he
of
in
white-
jail?
And he is in jail. Yes.
So he's a real person, so probably not actually a prophet or a god.
Correct.
Maybe immortal.
Maybe immortal.
Does that mean she's immortal? If it's a genetic thing?
I don't, it's not a genetic thing. I
Okay.
don't think. So because I know certain things that she's not immortal.
Doesn't she survive the train crash? mean, I think a lot of people did.
Anyone that we like survives the train crash.
No, but Lad survives.
I didn't say anyone we didn't like, just making sure the people we do like, that's all that matters.
So a lot of these characters have plot armor.
Yeah, a fair amount, I would say. I mean, it's a show about immortals. There's a fair amount of plot armor going on here. Anyway, Jacuzzi's gang has a run-in with Lad Russo. And of course, Lad recognizes Jacuzzi because it's hard after you see a wanted poster not to know who that guy is.
True.
And he identifies himself as a Russo, and Jacuzzi's like, oh shit, we're in a war with those guys.
Jacuzzi splat.
But how do you know what my name is?
Oops. Now where have I placed my manners? I am Lad Russo, and that should help you understand how I know so much about you.
Russo. You're one of the Russos?
Now to what do I owe the pleasure of your company on this train, my little friend? And just who the hell do you think you are anyway? Now very soon.
I feel like Jacuzzi's just like a sweetheart, which is why people like him so much.
Yeah. And Lad just kind of messes with Jacuzzi's head, so he kind of goads him. But then he leaves, and Jacuzzi makes a comment about like, "Oh, you must have been the ones to kill the conductor. Like that must have been you guys." And Lad says, "No, that wasn't us. Shame he's dead. Oh darn.
Whatever will we do?
Whatever shall we do?
I want to see the dead body."
But they have like a little run-in, but they don't exchange blows or anything. They just kind of talk shit and then leave. They do ask Jacuzzi like, "Are you just letting him go?" And he's like, "Yeah, they have other people they need to take care of first." We are going to jump back to 1930, and this is post hit and run for Isaac and Miria after they've been hit by a car.
But they survived it, so it's fine.
Yes.
They're a little beat up.
Next time I see that hit and run bastard, it is gonna be brutal.
Brutal.
Oh,
Remember when they got hit by a car?
Punch his car.
Good times.
You'll break your hand.
Yes, well, then I'll hit the driver.
But how will you get him out?
Aha! I'll spit on his car.
That's perfect.
So what are we gonna do, Dallas? It seems like we
They're having a good time, but they're ready for their next job. And they're talking about they have a scene where they're like talking about all the things that they've done, and so they reminisce over some of their past heists.
Final performance.
It can't go on forever.
We started our adventures as the thieves of time itself.
When we stole the watches, right?
I will admit that we may have bit off more than we could chew trying to steal that whole museum.
Yeah, that was impossible.
The next best thing was keeping everyone else out by stealing the entrance.
Jeez, that
What
was
did they steal?
They stole the entrance so no one could get in.
And deeds
So they stole a door?
Yep.
where they stole that rich man's financial legacy.
Now his next of kin will have nothing to fight about.
I can feel their gratitude even as we
How are they
speak.
not like filthy rich at this point?
They said that they're thieves of time, which means they robbed a watch store. They tried to rob an entire museum one time.
Didn't work.
That didn't work, so they tried to do the next best thing, which was prevent anyone else from going into the museum by stealing the entrance.
But they still sign or the door.
They stole the door.
But people can still get in.
It didn't really work out in their favor.
Well, they got a door. They can sell that.
They also, then they decided they're only going to do good deeds, and such as one time where they stole the inheritance of a certain rich family, because now that the money is gone, they have nothing to fight over.
Do we know the rich family?
They don't say.
So it's not the Genovians.
I feel like it's implied it's the Genovians, I think. Because
But it feels like Eve still has stuff.
yeah, but they make a comment. Somebody makes a comment to Dallas. I think it's either the same scene or right before, where Dallas is really pissed off that he can't get revenge on Firo. So one of his friends points out that since his family is rich, he just asks them for money, and Dallas says that some robbers stole the family's fortune last month. And so it's implied that that's how that's kind of connected.
So they stole all the money?
They stole the money they can give away. Because another guy makes a comment it's kind of blink and you miss it about well, you still got food in your belly. So it's all the money the money you can have fun with, I think, is gone, like the fortune. So he doesn't have any inheritance because it was stolen. And then
by idiots.
Yeah, another friend talks about Dallas's sister, and then we have a moment where we realize Dallas does care about his sister because he almost beats his friend up over even mentioning Eve.
So like there's like a sliver.
There's like a sliver. He cares about one thing. I mean, he cares about a lot of things, but a lot of those things are involving like revenge and very petty things. But one genuine thing,
Which is his sister.
his sister. So thanks, Dallas.
You get a point? A whole point?
Whole point. Yes. So Isaac and Miria are talking about they want to do good deeds. And then, of course, they bump into Dallas, who is not having a great day. So this can only go well.
How dare you?
Watch yourself!
Watch yourself!
What you say?
Oh, so watch yourself. Rude. Isaac could take him.
Kenny? For them.
I thought that, like, at least, like, Isaac kind of looked like a guy who could beat somebody up.
No. Okay. He's not. They're kind of slippery, but
so
they're not
literally all they're good
up.
at is robbing.
They're good at a lot of things. They have sparkling personalities.
That's true.
Who doesn't love them? But back in 1931, kind of speaking about the hunt for Dallas Genovia, we have Mr. Baguette and his another guy. He's listed here as Rubik. That's the sugar cube guy who's just like eating his little snacks.
Yeah.
It's very funny. So they are staking out the mansion, and they have to find a way to get Eve out of there because they want to make her bait.
Nah. He can hit people. Aw, poor Eve.
Poor Eve.
That's Eve Jinawad, correct?
Well,
So it seems.
Call her down.
How do I do that?
That's something I file under your problem.
You want some?
and I guess the newspaper's in on this?
The newspaper is watching. They don't really interfere necessarily.
Okay.
They have spies everywhere, basically. They just know what's going on.
But then they can report that somebody kidnapped the daughter.
Yeah.
Or the girl. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they find out, because somebody's staking it out. But they're not really interfering, and I think especially because it's kind of mentioned again that the one guy kind of wants tensions to rise, so that way they can, find out more information.
Yeah, but why would anybody care? Like, what family would care if one of the Genovian daughters gets kidnapped?
Well, it's not about the kidnapping. It's about if they can figure out where Dallas is.
Oh, everybody wants Dallas, and whoever
Everybody
gets him
wants Dallas.
first.
Yeah, everyone wants
Yeah,
Dallas.
but why would it matter if the one family gets him over the other? Like, they're gonna kill him.
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, but like if it's like, oh, he's dead.
No, I think everyone seems to have like a vested interest.
Do they want him all dead, or do they need something from him?
I don't know.
Completely. If you just want him dead, like, why does it matter what family gets him first, as long as he's dead?
Yeah, I think people just want to know what's going on.
All right.
Nobody knows what's going on.
That's kind of stupid.
It's
This is stupid.
It is what it is.
All right.
Let's see. So the one guy, he like places a call, making it sound like he's from the Daily Days, being like, we got information.
Yes, Jinaward residents.
From the newspaper?
Yeah, they got something they want to say to you, miss. They said it's got something to do with Master Dallas.
Did they really?
The Daily Days helping the Russos.
Yeah, they're saying they got some new information on Master Dallas or something.
How old is she
Yes,
supposed
they
to
say
be?
it can't be over the phone or nothing because they've got to tell it to you in person or they can't say it.
Then we have to go. Please,
Do
fetch
you?
me my coat.
But you have to. You can't stay at home. You got to come. We can't tell you over the phone. So then Eve and Samantha, her maid, get ready to leave because they want to. They're like, oh, somebody knows something about Dallas, but it turns out it was a setup, and they kidnap her and drive away.
There we go. But they don't kill anybody.
Yeah, correct.
Because Samantha's still alive. She's just tied up.
She's just somebody help Samantha, please. Somebody, please. So back on the Flying Pussyfoot, they notice that there's some blood coming out of a door.
You good?
I'm good there. I knew it was coming, so I'm good.
Jacuzzi.
Wait, who's dead? Is it just like a...
I think these are the Rail Tracer victims.
Blood all the way up there.
all of them?
There's blood on the ceiling.
Okay.
There's multiples.
Multiple bloods?
Multiple dead people.
And it's just a little bit of blood.
They want to go check that out, see what's going on. And that's where the victims of the Rail Tracer are. Of course, so they see like a legless corpse. There's blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Including on the ceiling.
Right.
They're not really sure how it got on the ceiling.
Do we want to know?
Do we want to know? I'm a little curious. Sure.
I'm just assuming that the monster's scary and sometimes makes a mess when he eats.
That's true. He's a little scary monster. But they do look out of the window and they see like a figure that they're like, oh, it's the Rail Tracer. So it's the Rail Tracer. So they see him, but like they got nobody that we like got murdered yet, so it's fine.
Yet.
We're gonna go back to 1930. We're going to follow Ennis because we love Ennis.
We do.
Ennis is great. She needs to go find Dallas to figure out what's going on. And so she's able to find them, but Dallas and his crew are beating up Isaac because I guess that's what they do. Like Dallas is an asshole because he just likes to go around and beat people.
But they're not beating up Miria, so I guess
no.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Politeness?
I mean, it doesn't look like the intentions are good, but yeah.
Oh, that's true.
But Ennis is like, oh, that's the people I'm looking for. And she, of course, she wants to help out everyone. So she just beats him up.
Some kind of problem, well face?
Get him in the face!
Yeah. Well then. I hope this makes up for me hitting you with my car.
Sorry for the hit and run.
I like it. She's just like, hi.
Ennis meets people in the best way.
Because she's just like, oh, I don't really feel like dealing with this.
All right, I'll let them go.
Just beats up the guys.
It's like very casual. She's just like,
She's like, I guess I gotta do this thing.
Kick to the face. Which kind of makes up for the hit and run.
Kind of makes up for the hit and run, yes. And she does remember that. She's like, oh, that's the couple I kind of ran in with my car earlier. Whoops. But Isaac and Miria are more than grateful. They don't know that was the person who hit them with
I know, but I feel like if they save you from like getting beaten up, it's fair.
Yeah, but they are internally grateful, and they will do anything that she asks. And Ennis seems really happy about that. It seems like Ennis doesn't get a lot of love in her day-to-day.
Amazing! You beat them all!
Wow!
We thank you. We're total strangers, but you came to our rescue. Dollface, we owe you our
They call her
lives.
Dollface?
Yeah.
You should be more careful. What's wrong with you?
I'm terribly sorry, sir. They came out of nowhere and I couldn't stop in time.
Ask us for anything.
We'll do anything for you.
Aww, she's so cute.
There is one thing. Would you two mind helping me carry these gentlemen back to my car?
It sounds like the person who's created her looks kind of like an asshole who slurps people. So like I can't imagine it's been a great upbringing. And so she seems very happy to meet Isaac and Miria, and she does ask them to take the bodies and put them in her car.
Right.
And so then we're gonna go back to the Daily Days, 1931, where they find out that Eva's been kidnapped. Mm-hmm. And of course, Nicholas, Nick Batman, and Elion, they butt heads about it because Elion's like, I told you so. And the president explains that his only concern is that Daily Days may be responsible for exacerbating the conflict between the Runaradas and the Gandors. So that'll be fun. The Gandors? Interesting. But so anyway, they're doing that.
Okay.
I was like, the Daily Days thing, I'm like, do I have any good information here? I don't want to spend too much time on this.
Yeah, it's kind of boring, not gonna lie.
It's anything with Dallas is kind of boring, unless Dallas is talking to people that we actually like.
No, but like stuff with Dallas and like Isaac and Miria and Ennis and like that stuff is interesting.
Yeah, that's more interesting.
I would like to know if he's dead or not. I don't I mean, it's just
Right.
it's like a little tidbit.
Right, just like a little bit.
Like a little bit of whipped cream on a little bit of whipped cream on Sunday. Like I don't need it, but like if it's there, I'll take it.
Right, exactly. The president points out that there is much about Dallas Genowar that the Daily Days does not know.
Miss Eve's been kidnapped?
Yes, sir. I just received word a few minutes ago.
I told you so. Now what you gonna do about it? Huh? Gustavo is most likely not going to do anything to her right away.
What's the head thing?
Elia,
It's the way that gentlemen carry out their concerns.
Are they gonna kiss?
No.
My only concern is that the company not be responsible for instigating conflict between the Gandors and the Runeratas. I assume you have a contingency.
Oh no, they're in New York. Never mind.
Including whether or not he really is immortal. And, you know, this maybe can help them get more information. So the president confides in Elion that the legendary assassin Vino, also known as Claire Stanfield, is headed for New York on the Flying Pussyfoot at Luck's behest. So we heard a little bit about this in the first episode where Firo and Luck are in that bookstore. So, and they mention, Luck makes mention that Vino is coming. And Firo's like, Claire? So that's a character that we hear a lot about, but we still have no idea
Is that
who
a
that
guy or a girl?
It's a good question. So, because Vino sounds like a masculine name, but Claire seems like a feminine name. And I don't want to say anything about that.
Okay.
So, yes. So that's like a thing that, again, it gets mentioned sometimes and we don't really know what that is. I know what that is. But Dara does not know what that is.
Accurate.
So in 1930, we're going to go back to the end of the episode here. We kind of end up back in that underground room with the old guys who, and I didn't mention this before, but when the Barnes gets schlorped, that's the formal term. When Barnes gets schlorped, they're pretty traumatized by the whole thing. They're not like, they seem like very... Like,
did they not know it's possible to get schlorped?
No, they know about it. Like, because Sillard makes it, like, I know, like, hey, you all know that I can do this, blah, 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 blah. So it's very interesting because they seem very interested in the idea of immortality, but, like, they have, like, a very humanistic quality to them because when one of their own goes, like, they seem very upset by it. I thought that was very interesting. So, anyway, we have Dallas and his buddies are in this underground thing. So, Sillard is basically debating on... like what if he can even get any information from Dallas. So that's why they have that serum there. It's the incomplete serum. It's not the real secret formula, but it's like the offshoot version that makes you that makes you invulnerable. But
wait, why do they need to give that to Dallas?
Long ass needle. That's gonna hurt.
Oh, is that the secret formula or some of it?
It's I think they say it in a second. Oh.
And that's how Dallas got moided. Although, why would they want to make Dallas immortal?
Because he can't get schlorped unless he's part immortal.
And they don't want to just beat him up until he gets some answers?
Right. So that's not how they do it because then if he gets schlorped, then all of his memories go to Sillard. Yeah. And so he gets the full picture.
But you can't schlorp a normal person.
Yes, correct.
So they're going to give him a little bit of the secret formula.
Yeah.
So then he's like, so that's why I think he's like, that thing of like where he's immortal, but he can still age.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
See, we did learn. We got a little bit more information.
I got confused because I was like, wait, why do you want to make him immortal?
Yeah. It's because you can't get schlorped if you're normal.
But if you're half immortal, can you get schlorped?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But I don't know is Dallas schlorped?
That's a great question. We leave with, I think the plan is to, but we leave before we see anything.
That's true.
So it could go either way.
Yeah.
And that is the episode. We ran through that one. I hope you enjoyed it. It sounds like you didn't, but like I had a great time. We learned a little bit more. We got some Flying Pussyfoot. We got Ennis. You can't hate Ennis.
I don't hate Ennis. I don't hate the characters. I think it's just like everything going on. I'm like,
it's a lot going on at once.
It's a lot going on. It's like it feels like a lot, and I'm like, it's hard to follow sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like,
yeah.
It feels, like I said, it feels like I'm not getting answers to plot points that have been brought up. It's just keep like here's a plot, here's a thing. What? Keep going.
Here we go.
And I'm like, what? Can we answer that question? Nope. Great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a little frustrating, but I hope next episode that we'll be able to answer some questions.
Will we?
I think definitely some questions, not all the questions, but definitely some. And I hope you'll be a little more you'll be a little more excited.
Okay.
And so I'm looking at these unanswered questions. It's like, who is Claire? Who's Vino? Where's Dallas Genoward? We ask that every single time.
Are we gonna find out in the next episode?
Not the next episode.
All right.
How did Maiza become an immortal?
Good question. Why wait, when did the knife fight happen?
1930.
No, the episode.
The episode. Last episode.
So why is that an unanswered question for episode 6? I'm
pretty sure. I don't know.
Okay.
We still have that question. We're still asking it.
I don't think we knew. Did we know that Maiza was an immortal before this? We just knew that Fiyero and Christian Bale were.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there were some, I'm not sure. Some things were... There was a line that I think we missed that it was implied with. But, yeah.
Okay.
So, anyway. That's the episode here. That's okay. The show.
Well, we're not done with the show.
We're not done with the show yet because, guys, it is time for a comment corner.
Hooray!
Woo!
I'll give it up. Okay.
I like this comment, which is not from... This is not a Baccano comment, so I'm just going to go through some comments that I like here because we missed some that we recorded but didn't actually talk about. But they're not from Baccano, so it's like we'll get to them when we get to them.
Mm-hmm.
I like this comment from our Legend of Korra reaction to Long Live the Queen and the Ultimatum from Joshua Wayaki, who said, 13,000 views and 610 subscribers. People can be cruel. Which I thought was very funny.
I feel like it's more of just the internet and algorithms can be cruel. And it's also funny because that's one of the few Legend of Korra reactions that was just a reaction and didn't get blocked.
Yeah, so thanks. Glad that stayed.
We'll figure it out one day.
One day
one day the universe will bless us with the chance to actually have all the reactions, which are all very good.
Yeah.
That were just reactions to be available to everybody. Because I feel like those got a lot of views.
Yeah, they did. They did get a
lot
of
views. The Legend Core finale got a ton of views?
Yeah.
Until it got blocked?
We got 1,000 views in a couple hours before. That was
one of them
cool.
Was a first, a few of those were a first 1,000.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I think one episode of Gravity Falls has a good amount of
10,000. Yeah.
We're getting somewhere.
Thanks, guys. So yeah, another comment I like on our the next Avatar, when we were talking about our future ideas for Avatar shows, Joshua Wayaki had an idea that ended up being the one that I had in the show.
Oh, right.
So then he comments and goes, I finished the video and realized you stole my idea. Now I have to go and create a new one. So you're welcome.
I don't think it's stealing. I think
it's not stealing.
I think you guys got paid for it.
Yep. Well, and also I had that video came out years ago. So
that's true. You both might have had that idea for a while and just have the same thought patterns.
But I published it first.
That's fair. You
did. So, and then we'll move on. I'll do the comments from the first episode of Baccano first, and then next episode we'll do the comments from the next episode.
Okay.
So Zom's back. Hey Zom.
Hi Zom.
Thanks for watching. Zom says, I'll say right now, Jacuzzi is my favorite character. I love Jacuzzi, so good choice. I'm not sure if he's my favorite character or there's another character who's my favorite character.
I like Isaac and Mira.
Isaac and Mira are great.
And Ennis.
I
like Fiyero. I like main character. I like generic main character looking guys.
Yeah. Zom says, I hope one of these days you all can do Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I would really like to do that.
That's what that was. I saw it was the initials, and I'm I don't know what that is.
Yes, FMAB stands for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Different than Full Metal Alchemist, which is the original series. Full Metal Alchemist follows Brotherhood. Follows the manga. So anyway, so if you want my thoughts on Hiroma Awakawa has my whole life. And John Smith says, hi, it's great to see you back. It's great to be back.
Yeah,
it's good to see you. Thanks for popping by.
I know. I think it was we said we were gonna take a month off, but then it ended up being 2 months.
It happens. That's life. People.
We had a plan. I think I said to see at one point. I don't know if it was on a thing of summers and the holidays of are just time is hard to get together to record.
Yeah.
Although now we figured out with stuff with streamer, we might just be able to do it from our houses.
Yeah. So
which is only harder editing wise, but we can deal.
We innovate it. But it's fine. So. Yes. And then this last comment is from Zom. Well, there's one that I'm skipping because I thought it was a spoiler, but it's not really a spoiler. But I'm going to circle back to it when we know a little bit more information on the show. So it was fine if Dara read that, but
I don't remember if I read that.
Yeah.
Because you said avoid the comments.
Yeah, I told Dara to be safe and avoid the comments. Although if you do have spoilers, just tag them to be safe. We appreciate that. That goes with any of our shows. So thank you. But Dom says the guy who made the manga as part of his writing process actually visited the towns in the USA that the show takes place in, researched the era, and took time to learn the way people back then actually spoke to make the characters and the world feel more real. So do you mean the manga or the light novels? Because Baccano is based off the light novel. There is a manga, but I think the light novels were the first one. So not to get nitpicky, but I'm curious if that was the light novel author or the manga writer.
Are you proud of me that I do actually know the difference between a manga and a light novel now?
I'm really proud of you.
A manga is a comic book.
Yes.
And then a light novel, as you mentioned, is like a young adult novel.
Yay! You're wonderful.
I think I tried to read manga at one point, and then I didn't understand it.
Were you reading it the wrong way?
I don't know. I think it's like, because they are kind of like different, but like...
You read it this way.
But that's also kind of, I don't know.
I need to get back to reading manga because I enjoy.
I have like a bunch of like I'm literally like I have all the Sandman comics, and then I'm like trying to like work up getting all the comics for Fables. Yeah. And I'm like I gotta read these. Whenever Fables actually becomes a television show.
Oh yeah, is that a thing? Is that gonna be a thing?
Well, I do know the history of like NBC was gonna do that, but then they made the show Grimm instead.
Oh.
And then ABC was gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then they got Once Upon a Time.
So
no.
So
maybe
no.
one day. I know the Sandman's gonna be a series.
It'd be like that. Yes, I do know that. I feel like, is that coming? When is that coming out?
I don't know.
I feel like they've been working on that for a while, haven't they?
No, I think it's like they have like a cast and like I don't know if there's a trailer. But also, Audible, not a sponsor, but maybe be a sponsor. The Sandman, they made an audio version of it.
I did see that.
I listened to Volume 1, and that was very good. And Volume 2 is coming out in the end of September.
Mm-hmm.
So Audible, maybe sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
Again, I'm going to give you...
Dara gives you a lot of money. Please give us some. Thank you and good night. But anyway, so thank you for watching this episode of First Reaction. Fan Reaction! It's they didn't have a clear date. It was like they said maybe end of 2021, beginning of 2022, but like I haven't seen anything on it, so like I'm assuming
I just said it was a cast.
Yeah. So.
Okay. What are we doing?
We're ending the show.
Oh, great.
It's over. Forever. But forever. No, just this episode because Dara, we're going to be back next time with Baccano episodes 7. Everything starts aboard the Advena Avis. And episode 8, Isaac and Miria unintentionally spread happiness around them.
Well, that's accurate, but also, what's the event of Anemone?
A great question. We shall find out next time. But until then, thank you for watching. You can find us on a variety of social medias. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. We do read those comments on the show. You can always listen to us and take those episodes on the go on iTunes, and we're also available on Spotify. Look us up. We are Woody Close. We're also First Reaction, Fan Reaction.
Right, so follow, rate, review,
subscribe. Stuff. Yeah. Like, all that. Whatever,
on the audio stuff.
Do. Like, anything. Just, like, let us know. How we doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
So, yes, you can also follow us on social media as well. We are on Facebook.com/WittyClose. We're Witty Close Productions on there. Tweet at us. We're at Witty Close on Twitter. You can send us an email if you like to. We're wittyclose@gmail.com.
We're going to have an Instagram soon if we start taking pictures.
We're going to try to take photos so that you can see our pretty faces on the Instagram.
Yeah, and we're going to actually make an Instagram, so once that
gets
ready, we'll announce that.
Woo. We'll let you know. We'll keep you updated.
Patreon.
You want to talk about
I rearranged everything so we now can do exclusive content for Patreon. If you subscribe for $1 a month, you get our exclusive live streams that we do monthly. Sometimes we watch a movie and react to that. Sometimes we just talk. Maybe there'll be highlight reels for the movies if we can.
Yeah, if we can figure that out.
Yep. But we're working on that. But that's the month. We get for $1. Again, like the live stream. For $5 a month, you get access to our spin-off show, First Reaction or Fan Reaction, where we watch a show or a movie that we've both seen before or that we've never seen before. Right now, we're watching WandaVision.
Yay.
The first episode is up on Patreon. check that out. It is quite funny. We talk about that for the first episode of WandaVision where nothing bad happens ever.
Nothing ever bad happens.
And then the $10 tier, I think I'm just going to make it like a random tier where like we just do whatever we want. You can vote on shows that we might want to watch or like topics we discuss for the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to watch shows that we don't actually think are going to fit any of the formats, like reality-based shows, meaning like Great British Bake Off. We might actually do a live stream where Cailin explains to me fanfic terms.
Yeah.
I can explain to her something else that she wants to know about that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what.
I don't know.
But we'll figure that out. Maybe other shows that we don't think will fit the format. We'll just like watch it there, see what happens. But that's a $10 tier. So, subscribe either way. Also, if you subscribe to like the $10 tier, you get access to everything and like that kind of thing.
Yay.
Yay.
It's fun. Alrighty. But until then, Dara, I think that's everything.
Okay.
Join us next time as we continue during our Baccano journey as we keep going on this train. Hope it doesn't crash quite yet with episode 7 and episode 8. Until next time, I'm Cailin Clothier.
I'm Dara Whitman.
Peace.
Sir, Gustavo Baguetta is a man of unbelievable strength. I was sure I was gonna die, but I can't make any excuses.
I thought he was Gustavo Baguette.
Gustav Baguette was the one who was shaking him down.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But there was nothing
Oh, wait, that was
else
a
I could do.
rigatoni?
That was Rigatoni.
Oh. I thought it was a Russo.
The Russos are in Chicago. This is New York.
There was no excuse to use that sweet girl.
Who's part of the Russos?
Nicholas,
We'll go over it.
responsibility